more need for chaplains than we have chaplains at this time. We have racetracks that are requesting chaplains. So if you are interested, or if you know someone who might be interested in being a racing chaplain, please have them contact Racers for Christ, and we'd love to get to know them. Let's pray. Father, we're so thankful for this day. We're thankful for a great night of racing last night. We thank you for the race teams that have come from all over the country to be with us. We just ask you to bless this place tonight, keep everyone safe. Thank you for these fans that have come here to have a good time and watch these drivers perform. We ask you to be with our firefighters as they continue to fight these fires, and we ask you to calm the winds, Lord. We just ask you to be with us now, to bless this place, be with our men and women in uniform all over the world, and protect them as they protect us. We thank you for all the gifts you've given us. We pray in Jesus' precious name. Amen.
Thank you, Jim. Fans, we ask that you please remain standing as we prepare to honor America with the singing of tonight's national anthem. Here to perform tonight's national anthem, please welcome back to the Silver Dollar Speedway and the Gold Cup Race of Champions, Miss Maddie Frazier.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the balls bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Chico, how about one more big round of applause for Maddie Frazier? Well, opening ceremonies are wrapped up down here in the infield. It is time to officially kick things off. So once again, Chico, California, are you ready to go racing? You heard it, guys. Let's get ready to kick things off. The Gold Cup Race of Champions begins here. It begins tonight, and it begins now. It's time to go all in with Kubota High Limit Racing.
Drivers making their way onto the Speedway for the first heat race of the night. It is brought to you by the folks at TJ Forged Wheels. 10 laps, top 5. Moving on to the feature, a 6-car invert after the qualifying time trials. Here is the lineup of heat race number 1. On the pole from Windsor, California, the CCI Electrical, Buster's Barbecue, Van Lair Steering Repair, Jerry's Valero, number 12J. It's John Clark. And outside of him from Angola, Indiana, the Sundollar Restoration, Ford Performance, Sage Fruit, Race Training Foundation, number 26. It's Zeb Wise. Row 2 on the inside from Tucson, Arizona, the Parker Automotive, Metal Tech, BG Oil, TDR Concepts, number 15. Nick Parker. And outside of him from Lebanon, Indiana, it's the True Timber Camo, Nice Crate and Landis Block, JRC Transportation, High Performance Lubricants, PhilPools.com, number 5 of Spencer Baston. Third row on the inside, the former Gold Cup the last 2 Gold Cup champions on row number 3. Inside on that third row from Hanover, Pennsylvania, the Pell's Tire Service, RF Knox Company, the Auto Barn, RSI Outdoors, number 1A of Jacob Allen. And outside of him from Clovis, California, the Sander Engineering, Four Seas Construction, Autry Plumbing, Sincal, Driven to Save Lives, number 14 of Corey Day. Fourth row on the inside from Kokomo, Indiana, the Chalk 6 Torsion Bars, Elite Wings, High Performance Lubricants, Octane Inc., Wakapiti, number 9P of the law firm, Parker Price Miller. And outside of him, starting in the 8th position from Elk Grove, California, the Burco Redwood, Two Worlds Equestrian, Barry Lumber, Skyview Construction, number 87 of Ashlyn Rodriguez. And your final starter in this one, from Lemoore, California, the Tarleton & Son Complete Parts and Equipment Solutions, Durst Incorporated, Banning Associates, number 21 of Cole Macedo. 9 cars, 10 laps. The top 5 will transfer in. Remember, there are points on the line here for the heat race finish. 100 points to the winner of the heat race, 2 points per position. After that, the top 8 guys from qualifying that transfer through the heat race will then be inverted for the feature event, and that's how we'll line up tonight's feature. So we are getting ready to go. Cars are fired off now, and for the first time tonight, Brent, we get to listen into one of your... That is Guns N' Roses with Sweet Child of Mine. And Brent, is it a little weird hearing your music up here? Because now you're like maybe thinking, man, why did I choose that song or whatever? But you know, people have been making the playlist thing on Facebook has been the worst thing of all time. People are just making fun of everybody all year long about their music.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really think it's that weird. It's, you know, me and my wife Bailey were traveling down the road, listening to a bunch of music, trying to create this playlist, and you know, we just kind of did a mixture of both our personalities there a little bit. So it was just it was a lot of fun for us. I really enjoy it, and you know, I think it's just a cool aspect that you guys added to the broadcast.
Well, we're going to listen to some more later on, and it doesn't just include rock. I mean, we got the next one was one I was a little surprised about when you put it on the list here. Is we've got cars going around at speed here. We did do a little work to the track before this heat race came onto the racetrack here. So Brent, yeah, quite a bit of work to the track before this heat race, really.
Yeah, it is. You know, it's going to be interesting for the first couple of heat races. And you know, Chase, I just one thing I do love is I love these type of formats. I love the point systems, and you know, I don't know if that's a popular opinion or not, but it's just really cool how these formats set up the fields, and makes you really work for your spots. And just, you know, if you don't get a great qualifying lap, at least you still have some type of chance. So I really like this format, and you know, anytime we run races throughout the year that's, you know, the lineups are set up by points, I always really enjoy it.
Well, we're going to see who is able to get some points out of this heat race. Corey Day, the fastest qualifier, going to start outside of row number 3. You're going to see that all the way throughout. It is a 6-car invert from qualifying for all 4 heat races. We're coming to green in TJ Ford's heat race number 1. Once again, it's 10 laps. We'll see who can get up there and make some moves as we're underway. Zeb Wise around the outside, going to have the early race lead. John Clark now passed around the outside once again, this time by the 15 of Nick Parker. Parker's up to second. Now John Clark feeling the heat from Spencer Baston. Baston underneath of him off of turn number 4 takes over the 3rd spot. So John Clark back to 4th, and Corey Day is side by side with Jacob Allen. Cole Macedo fighting his way back towards the front. Remember, Macedo got DQ'd after qualifying due to not going to the scales. Looking at Corey Day right there off the 4th corner. Day makes it by John Clark. And now Macedo sees his opening but cannot make the pass there. Gets stuck in the slick stuff and falls a couple car lengths behind the number 12 J car. And now into the clutches of Parker Price Miller. PPM up the racetrack takes away that position from Cole Macedo. So Parker Price Miller back into the 6th spot, working on the number 12 J of John Clark down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, Zeb Wise leads lap number 4, 6 to go, and Corey Day is closing in on Spencer Baston for 3rd. Corey Day through the middle that time by off the fourth quarter. Not much grip to grab a hold of there as PPM makes the pass on John Clark, move him into the top 5. Cole Macedo going to try and follow through. He will do so as well, move Cole Macedo up to 6th. So Parker Price Miller in the final transfer spot. Cole Macedo trying to track him down. Macedo, the NARC King of the West winner earlier this year here at the Silver Dollar Speedway. Meanwhile, Zeb Wise, a big lead the last time by. That lead had grown all the way to a 3-second advantage. So a 3-second lead for Zeb Wise as he's working into traffic. Next time by, 2 laps to go as Corey Day has closed in on Spencer Baston for the 3rd position. Nick Parker doing a quietly good job right now in that 2nd position. Made the move on John Clark on the opening lap and has not looked back in car number 15. White flag is out, 1 to go for Zeb Wise. Parker, Baston, Corey Day trying to put a move on Baston here on the final lap. Looks inside turn 1, cannot make the pass, almost slips off the racetrack there. As off turn 4, the win's going to go to Zeb Wise. 2nd to Nick Parker, 3rd to Spencer Baston, 4th goes to Corey Day. 5th to Parker Price Miller. Those are your 5 transfers out of heat race number 1. So Zeb Wise gets the win. He will go to the feature. Nick Parker finishes up in 2nd. Spencer Baston finishes 3rd. 4th goes to the 14 of Corey Day, and 5th the 9P of Parker Price Miller. Those 5 will go on to the main event. Cole Macedo, John Clark, Jacob Allen, and Ashlyn Rodriguez will round out the field in our first heat race of the night. And honestly, Brett, I thought that Corey Day was going to get by a couple more guys in that one. 6-4, I mean, that's not bad, but I feel like we could see some guys put up a bigger number than that.
Yeah, I mean, that was still a really good run. I just think that the bottom is a little too wet yet to get anything going down there. I was just watching some guys trying to run down there, and they were just kind of slipping up out of it and just, you know, spinning their wheels. So it's going to take a little bit for that bottom to come in yet. And once it does, I think you'll see a little bit more passing. But, you know, Corey did a good job getting past a couple cars and still getting some good points there. So we're just going to have to see how this all shakes out. You know, this track changes so much. And, you know, I find it really hard to predict what this place does. So, you know, I think, you know, it's just going to be interesting to see in these, you know, next few heat races what it's going to produce.
Well, Nick Parker, big smile on his face. 2nd place finisher in that heat race. Tony, he's going straight to the main event tonight.
Nick Parker, you're the hookup for grapes when we come out here to the West Coast. It's the 70th Annual Gold Cup. Is there pressure because it's such a big event? Is there extra pressure because it's racing with Kubota High Limit? What goes into these heat races?
I mean, that was pretty gnarly right there. Just got to have a good head going into that, you know, high limit race. As long as the Gold Cup, it's a big deal. So yeah, there's a lot of pressure.
Nick Parker says there's a lot of pressure, but he didn't drive like it in that one, guys. 3rd to 2nd in TJ Forged heat race number 1. He locks into tonight's preliminary A main event.
Thank you very much, Tony. Heat race number 2 is now on the racetrack, and it's brought to you by the folks at DMI Racing Components. Here is the lineup on the pole of this one. From Roseville, California, driving to Lipper Construction, Dan Ewert Sales, Claval Company, Custom Pipe number 42X, it's Justin Cox. And outside of him, from Colfax, California, the Rudine Racing, Grinders Automotive, Walker Performance Filtration, Novelli Auto Body number 29 of Willie Croft. Row 2 on the inside from Oakley, California. He drives the Star Property Management, Gary Silva Ranches, Vallejo Coin Exchange, Bowman & Sons Trucking, Tognotti's Auto, number 18 of Dylan Bloomfield. And outside of him, the 71-time feature winner here at Silver Dollar from Roseville, California, the Bjork Construction, Caning Performance, D&J Construction, Channel Lumber, Roxy Properties, number 7B, the Shark, Sean Becker. Row number 3 on the inside. From Grass Valley, California, the Casey Kane Raceway, Mike Kerb, Napa Auto Parts, Brumo's Collection, Max Marissals, number 49, the Big Cat, Brad Sweet. And outside of him, from Monrovia, Indiana, the Avanti Windows and Doors, Big Spring Car Wash, Water Treatment by Design, CoastalRaceParts.com, number 13 of Justin Peck. 4th and final row from Templeton, California, the David Cry Engineering, Stay Paso, Luxton Real Estate, Eagle Energy, number 3 of Caleb Montgomery. And your final starter in this one from Plumas Lake, California, the Foothill Recycling, Mac Motorsports. Special thanks to Mike Yancey and Mike Crespo, number 24K of Koa Crane. We said that the music is all over the board here with Brent Marks tonight, and here is another one from him. No hands. Brent,
You can tell my mood's all over the place.
It really is. It's a good song, though. Always, that brings back some memories from 8th grade. As we are getting ready to go green here in the second heat race, brought to you by DMI Racing Components. A little bit of a wonky start there for Becker. Might have gotten over the rear bumper of Willie Croft as we roll into turn 1. Cox slides up the racetrack. Will the Thrill down to the inside, down the back straight. Brad Sweet quickly from 5th to 3rd. The race is on for the top spot, though, as Justin Cox lead lap number 1. Cox leads lap 1. Willie Croft running on the 2nd spot. Brad Sweet to the bottom. And oh, Justin Peck nearly clobbered the 18 car, Dylan Bloomfield. Bloomfield keeps rolling in the 4th position. Peck runs in 5th, and 6th right now is Sean Becker. Remember, the top 5 moving into the feature right now. That is Justin Peck on the bubble position, trying to hold off the many, many times Silver Dollar Speedway track champion, the Shark, Sean Becker, in car number 7B. Meanwhile, it's all Justin Cox at the front of the field. Willie Croft in his final Gold Cup running in the 2nd position. Brad Sweet is in 3rd. Dylan Bloomfield running in 4th. And Justin Peck in the final transfer track right around the top on both ends right now. Sean Becker runs 6th. Caleb Montgomery is in 7th. 8th is Koa Crane. Justin Cox up front right now was 14th in the 2016 edition of the Gold Cup Race of Champions. Has a NARC win this year. Currently 3rd in those point standings. Everybody relatively spread out here in this second heat race, brought to you by DMI Racing Components. Car to the wall off of turn 4. Koa Crane. And now Willie Croft slides off the track, running in the 2nd spot, brings it back onto the speedway. Brad Sweet to 2nd. Justin Peck gets by him for 4th. And now Croft's under fire as Sean Becker goes by as well. So Sean Becker into the last transfer spot after a major mistake from Willie Croft. And now we're going to have to go yellow because the 3-car of Caleb Montgomery's off the track in turn 4. Wow. The white flag is out, but the yellow lights are going to come on. Yellow is on, and Brent, that was a wild series of events there in those last 2 laps.
Yeah, there was a lot going on there. I wasn't sure where to look at on the track, but man, that's yeah, that got pretty wild. So once again, as we go back to how tough this place is, it just, you know, it produces that type of excitement, and it's really cool to be watching from this vantage point.
Yeah, Willie Croft blew it off the racetrack, fell out of a transfer spot. Caleb Montgomery went off the track. Koa Crane hit the wall off of turn 4. That seems to be the problem area for these drivers here tonight, is 3 and 4. As we're going to come back to the green, orange cone on the front stretch, cannot pass before that cone, cannot hit the cone. As we come back to green, Justin Cox trying to hang on for the heat race win. 6 cars left, only 5 going to the feature as Sean Becker tries to get by Justin Peck in turn 2. Peck drives around him on the outside. White flag, 1 to go for Justin Cox. Cox nice and smooth around the outside of the racetrack in turn number 2. Looks like all the transfer cars are relatively safe. As we come off of turn number 4, Cox gets the win in DMI heat race number 2. Brad Sweet 2nd, Dylan Bloomfield 3rd, Justin Peck 4th, and Sean Becker in 5th. So Justin Cox gets the win. He will go to the feature along with the 49 of Brad Sweet, the 18 of Dylan Bloomfield, the 13 of Justin Peck, and the 7B of Sean Becker. Those are your 5 transfers. Willie Croft, Koa Crane, and Caleb Montgomery. Those 3 will head to tonight's B main event here on night number 2 of the Mike Curb NOS Energy Drink Gold Cup Race of Champions presented by Napa Auto Parts. Justin Cox, a heat race winner. Let's send it downstairs to Tony Laporta.
When Justin Cox was 12 years old, he and Kyle Larson and Colby Copeland and even Tyler Reddick would race around the inside of the pavilion on scooters, but they would water the bottom groove to make it a little more tricky. Was that track tricky out there in that second heat race? It looked like it.
Yeah, actually the bottom's kind of wet. We're just really struggling with our car right now, so we're trying to get it better. Obviously, being in the front row there, it's not ideal for this points deal, so we're going to have to charge in the main. But yeah, you know, I've grown up at this place, so it's a blessing to just be out here running a sprint car. I'm just a local NorCal boy that's just enjoying the world.
From racing scooters inside the pavilion to winning heat races here at the Gold Cup, that is the 42X of Justin Cox. Guys, when he raced that scooter here back when he was 12, he actually slipped, bit it on the concrete, chipped a tooth. but that didn't slow him down any. He wins DMI Heat Race number 2.
Not a story I was expecting to hear tonight on the FloRacing broadcast. Thank you, Tony. Heat race number 3 is coming onto the racetrack now, and it is brought to you by BR Motorsports. Here is the lineup for this one. On the pole from Clayton, California, the Dryco Construction, Melrose Powder Coating, Walnut Creek Automotive, Victory Fuel number 88A, it's Joey Ancona. And outside of him from Elk Grove, California, the Microtronics, Pacific Valley Fire, High Sierra Industries, Anorak Corporation, number 45M, Jake Morgan. Row 2 on the inside from Lincoln, California, the California Waterfowl, Ori Helmets, K1 Race Gear, CBC Concrete, 83T, Tanner Carrick. Outside of him from Pengrove, California, the Toyota Marin, Walnut Creek, Sunnyvale, Avanti Windows and Doors, Keen Concrete, number 24C of Chase Johnson. Third row on the inside from Redding, California, MitcheryConstruction.com, Farmers Brewing, Shark Racing Engines, ODM Worldwide, number 2XM, Max Mitchery. And outside of him from Cobble Hill, British Columbia, Canada, the Shark Racing Engines, Grinders Auto Body, Saratoga Motorsports Park, Malahat Auto Wrecking, Cow Creek, number 21P of Robbie Price. Fourth and final row from Hollister, California, the NOS Energy Drink, Inland Rigging, Shurcan, Wilden Auto Display, Sandblast Service 73, Ryan Bernal. And your final starter from Minden, Nevada, the Rad Stainless, Threads Design, Rubicon Flooring, number 77 of Ryan Lippincott. That's your lineup for BR Motorsports Heat Race number 3. Believe we are coming to the green, if I am not mistaken. Looks actually the lights are still on in the infield. Going green the next time by, and that gives us an opportunity, Brent, to listen into another song. This one is from Logic. Yeah, me too. It took a little while sometimes for some of these songs to find the clean version. We're coming to green in BR Motorsports Heat Race number 3. Joey Ancona and Jake Morgan. Well, they're 3 wide already down the front straightaway. Max Mitchery. Oh, Mitchery taking a shortcut through the infield. It's not going to work out for him. He spins out in turn 2. Max Mitchery, the 2XM. And you could, I think the car might be broke, Brent. If you look at the front end, it looks a little bit weird from this angle, don't you think?
Yeah, his left front is collapsed there, like he broke a radius rod or something like that. Definitely a shock and radius rod for sure.
Here's the replay. Goes into turn 1 and just absolutely forgets the berm is there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he tried to make something happen there, but it just didn't pan out for him.
Man, oh, man. Definitely you got to give him credit for trying something different down there. It was looking like he was running the Chili Bowl, trying to monster truck the berm in the corner, and it did not work out for him. You saw the shock was hanging off the car there. Tony Laporte, I see you down there on the scene. What can you tell us?
Yeah, Brent called that really, really well. It's almost like the guy works on race cars for a living or something. The torch arm's knocked off on the left front corner from where it, and the bottom of the left front shock is knocked off as well. So hopefully that's all it is. Nothing seems to be bent or chewed up down here. Just a few pieces broken off at the bottom end.
Thank you very much, Tony. Yeah, Max Mitchery, not a ton of racing this year for the young driver out of Redding, California. Finished 3rd here with the Sprint Car Challenge Tour in 2023. Made the 2022 Gold Cup feature. Finished 15th in that main event. Was 4th here on a May 26th local show. Max's dad, actually the car owner of Justin Sanders. And that's why those cars look so very familiar. And Mitchery, these are the only 3, or the only 2, I guess you could say, Kubota Highland Racing events we'll see him at this year. And so Mitchery, you're going to see him coming off on the hook here. But that's tough, Brent, because he did get a good qualifying effort. He started on the 3rd row, meaning that he qualified really well. Now he's going to have to really come from the back of the B.
Yeah, I mean, just, as a driver, you obviously want to make up as many points as you can. And sometimes, you drive a little harder than you need to, especially at the start of a race. And that just comes with experience and, maturity and things like that. And, it's just, that was definitely a mistake that he'll learn from and, try to be better next time. So, I mean, that's all you can really do as a driver, just learn from your mistakes and just, improve from them. So, but that's the nature of, having these type of formats where you need as many points as you can. You just got to gain as many points as you can. And that's another reason why I love it.
Absolutely. This format definitely makes these drivers have to earn each and every point in each and every spot. As Mitchery is going to go to the work area. Lights are still on, and now they're not. We're coming back to the green, so Mitchery's heat race will come to an end. Still have all 10 laps left to run. Joey Ancona and Jake Morgan from the front row, and we are back underway. Into turn number 1, Joey Ancona with the race lead as Chase Johnson makes a good move around the outside of Tanner Carrick, moving to the 3rd spot. Now Johnson coming after Jake Morgan into turns 3 and 4, slides up the racetrack, takes the 2nd spot away. Chase Johnson tonight in his high limit racing debut, moving into the 2nd position, now looking at Joey Ancona for the race lead down the back straightaway. Chase Johnson led a bunch of laps of his prelim night here in 2023. Got passed late in the race by Kyle Larson, finished up inside the top 5 in that one. Ryan Bernal behind him, getting by Jake Morgan up to the 3rd spot, but Bernal did not get a very good qualifying lap in. He started back in the 7th position, and so Bernal trying to make up all the points he can here in the heat race. Jake Morgan back to the inside, almost did what Max Mitry did. Left front way up on the inside berm and slips back a couple of car lengths from the 73 car of Bernal. Battle for the lead starting to shape up a little bit here as Chase Johnson hooked the cushion right there, and that car looks like it's got a lot of forward drive behind the wheel of it right now. Johnson trying to track down the 88 car of Ancona. They will get to a slower car by the end of this thing as Ryan Lippincott dropped the car off the edge of the banking the last time by. Now those two are on the same straightaway as the slower car. 4 laps to go. Ancona throwing some dirt clods off the right rear off of turn number 4. Chase Johnson down the backstretch within 3 car lengths. Here comes the slower car of Lippincott. He's right there in the racing line as Ancona gets sideways off the corner. Chase Johnson now ducking underneath of him. No, going to run the cushion in turns 3 and 4. Ancona really struggling with that car. Back straightaway. Here comes Chase Johnson. Slider for the race lead, turn 3. Chase Johnson takes it away off of turn number 4 with 2 laps to go. Chase Johnson to the race lead. Joey Ancona back to the inside, but Chase Johnson drives away down the back straightaway. Now has to deal with Ryan Lippincott. Easy money right there for him. Goes by and sees the white flag this time by. 1 lap to go for Chase Johnson, who is on a 4-1 run right now in the Toyota Marin Walnut Creek at Sunnyvale, number 24C off of turn number 4. He's going to get the win. Joey Ancona, 2nd, 3rd spot to Bernal, 4th spot Morgan, 5th spot Carrick. So from 4th to the win, how about it for the 24C of Chase Johnson? He gets the win. 2nd goes to the 88A of Joey Ancona, 3rd the 73 of Ryan Bernal, 4th the 45M of Jake Morgan, and 5th the 83T of Tanner Carrick. Bernal from 7th to 3rd, Robbie Price 6th, 7th Ryan Lippincott, and 8th goes to the 2XM of Max Mitry. But Chase Johnson putting on a show for us right there. Tony Laporte, that's what we come to the Silver Dollar Speedway expecting to see. He did a great job right there.
I had the great honor of meeting Chase Johnson in his non-wing racing days. Heck, those non-wing racing days are still going on. In fact, the last time they had a non-wing portion of the Gold Cup, Chase Johnson won that night. Chase, how different is it around this place in a wing car versus those non-wing cars you're used to racing?
It's different, but it's a great track we got tonight. Really racy, as you can see there. So we got a really fast car. I knew that in qualifying. Obviously, we had a little slip up coming out of 4 the first lap, but yeah, like I said, I knew we had a fast car. I knew we'd get to the front, you know, especially if the track gets wide and racy like it was. And yeah, it's exciting. It's great to be here at Gold Cup. Like you said, got to win this event when it was the non-wing deal. So we were fast last year, and you know, obviously we got speed this year. So we'll take it one at a time. But man, I really would love to win a prelim night. You know, we'll just keep trucking along and try our best. Yeah.
I'll tell you this, when you made that move for the lead, those people in those grandstands got loud for you. There he goes, folks. That's Chase Johnson in the number 24. Chase, in his high-limit racing debut, he goes 4th to 1st in the BR Motorsports heat race number 3 for the victory. And it'll be exciting to see what he can do a little bit later on. He was not able to run at Placerville or any of the shows with us last weekend because in his day job, he manages a private car collection, and they were at the reunion in Monterey at Laguna Seca, where they picked up a few awards at the car show. But he's happy to be here racing tonight.
Certainly is. Tony, thank you very much. We got Winners Performance Heat Race number 4 now making its way onto the racetrack. On the pole, this one from Auburn, California, the Pacific Highway Rental, Orville Tax, Wilkie Masonry, PitStopUSA.com, number 92. It's Andy Forsberg. And outside of Denver, Lemoore, California, the Monarch Ford, Dawson Maldine Construction, Justice Brothers, Crown Limousine, number 2K. It's Gage Garcia. Row 2 on the inside from Jacksonville, Oregon, the Boss Superstore, DZ Truck Accessories, Shane DeWalt Trucking, S-Tech Carbon Works, number 18T. It's Tanner Holmes. Outside of him from Fremont, California, the NOS Energy Drink, Matt Wood Racing, Southern Pacific Farms MV Drywall number 17W Sugar Shane Golovic. Row 3 on the inside from Canton, Illinois. The NOS Energy Drink Logan Contractor, Elliott's Custom Trailers, TK Concrete Zip Bonds number 55 Chris Wyndham. Outside of them, from Yuba City, California, the Red Line Welding and Construction, Morrison Engines, King Racing Products 45, Landon Brooks. And on the 4th row, from Marysville, California, the STS Farming, All About Fire Protection, World of Dirt 357, Summit Partners Insurance 55D, Dawson Hamas. And final starter in this one, the All-Star Powder Coating Nate Suspension number 5H is Josh Weiss. How about a little Blue Chanel from Brent Marks' High Roller playlist tonight? And the yellow lights come on. Josh Weiss in the 5H car. We saw him in the 21W back at Placerville with the old Harley Van Dyke 5H wing on top of the car here tonight. Unfortunately, getting over the edge of the racetrack in the 3rd corner. Weiss, a graduate from the Dwarf cars, now making it here into the 410 sprint car. The race at Placerville last Saturday was the first 410 race of the year for him. Cone on the front stretch, once again cannot pass or hit that cone till you get after it as we go to the green once again. Forsberg through the middle, gets to the cushion on the exit, and Gage Garcia wheels up down the back straightaway. Shane Golovic sees an opening. Here comes a slider from the 17W car and sugars up into the P2 position. Shane Golovic up to second. Gage Garcia right back to the inside. Turn 1, tries to slide him, nearly clipped the left rear tire. Shane Golovic. Golovic kept his foot in the throttle, hangs out of the 2nd position. Now here comes Chris Wyndham. Wyndham, in his Silver Dollar Speedway debut, is up into the 3rd spot. Gage Garcia going to try and throw a short slider on him in turn 1. He's going to make the pass right back on Chris Wyndham. Behind them, it's Landon Brooks trying to hold off the 18T of Tanner Holmes for the 5th and final transfer spot to the feature tonight. Forsberg, Golovic, Garcia, Wyndham, and Brooks still in the top 5. Then Holmes, Hamas, and Weiss. Oh, Garcia's off the track in turn 3, and he's going to lose 3 spots right there. That moves Tanner Holmes into the final transfer spot. Wyndham to 3rd and Brooks to 4th. It's all about Andy Forsberg at the front of the field, that time by a 1.8 second lead over the 17W of Shane Golovic. Forsberg with some lap traffic to deal with up the road. The 5H of Josh Weiss right in front of him down the front straightaway. Tanner Holmes underneath of Landon Brooks draws to the left rear tire but cannot make the pass as Brooks powers away from him down the front straightaway. 2 laps to go this time by yellow. What happened? Caution flag is waving.
I'm not sure, Chase. I don't see anything.
Oh, there's a car way over there. There's a car way over there. It's Dawson Hamas, the 55D. The new catch fence here on the front stretch, Brett, it makes it very hard to see anything outside the track over there. But Dawson Hamas, who was running 7th at the time, goes off the racetrack.
Well, it's a good thing we're not race control.
Yeah, that would have been bad. Yeah, would have been really bad. As Hamas utilizing a 360 engine, one of the many drivers that we're going to see over the next 2 nights running a 360 against the 410s. Hamas 2nd in Marysville Speedway point standings to his brother Carson Hamas, who we'll see here tomorrow night. Tony?
Yeah, I just had another question for Brent. Brent, when you watch a guy like Gage Garcia out there, who's, you know, I think it's fair to say struggling with the track right now, can that be something car related? Can that be something perhaps maybe they miss on setup and that's causing him to struggle not just with the track, but actually the handling of that race car?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, a lot of it's that, you know, it's just if your car's not handling and, you know, you as a driver, you're trying to make up for it, you tend to get yourself in trouble. You know, it's, if you're not comfortable, you know, you try, like I said, you try to make up for it, and most of the time you end up making mistakes. So it just makes it really difficult to try to hone that in. But sometimes you just kind of have to deal with it and just save yourself.
Coming back to the green with a handful of laps to go in the final heat race of the night as Andy Forsberg makes it through the middle, grabs the cushion on the exit, and pulls away from Shane Golovic. Meanwhile, Gage Garcia's gotten back by Tanner Holmes there on the restart. Landon Brooks looking up underneath the Chris Windham down the front straightaway race for the third spot. Landon Brooks underneath the Chris Windham takes over third in turn 2. Landon Brooks up to the third spot, grabs the cushion, pulls away from the NOS Energy Drink number 55 car. White flag, 1 to go for Mr. Excitement. Race for the transfer might be on down the front straightaway. Tanner Holmes. Oh, Garcia goes down low to protect any kind of slider right there. Good move from Gage Garcia. Coming to the checkered. Looks like Forsberg gonna win it. Who's gonna get the last transfer off of turn number 4? Garcia's gonna hang on. So Andy Forsberg gets the win in car number 92. Leading all 10 laps of that one. Second goes to the 17W of Shane Golovic. Third, the 45 of Landon Brooks. Fourth, the 55 of Chris Windham. And your final transfer, the 2K of Gage Garcia. Behind them, Tanner Holmes in the 18T, 55D Dawson Hamas, and 5H Josh Weiss round out the field in Winter's Performance Heat Race number 4. Andy Forsberg, fresh off of a 4th place run with Kubota High Limit Racing at Placerville the other night, and now a heat race win here at the Silver Dollar Speedway. Tony, down to you.
Thanks a bunch, Chase. Andy Forsberg getting ready to talk to us here. 50-plus feature wins here at the Silver Dollar Speedway. His first Gold Cup feature was back in 2003. He went 19th to 8th. So, Andy, after that heat race, I know it's still a long weekend and a lot of racing to go, but how do you feel about your Gold Cup 2024?
Well, honestly, I sucked ass in qualifying. Thank God Macedo missed the scales that put me 24th, because if I would have started 25th, I think I would have loaded up and started drinking and headed straight to the glow party. I would have been the first one in there breakdancing. So fortunately, somebody made a mistake and it helped us, put us in the pole of the heat. Car felt pretty decent there. I don't know what was going on behind me, but we got a long road to hoe, so let's be honest, right? So now it's just see how far up we can go in the feature and roll it in the box. So thank you guys for supporting Gold Cup 70. Regardless if I suck ass or not, I want you to enjoy and have a good time tonight.
Andy Forsberg saying, let's be honest, the same thing my therapist tells me. And Chase, don't worry. Andy was going to be the first one to the glow party and start breakdancing, but I know you want to be the first guy to pop and lock it out there. You don't have to worry about it.
Pop, lock it, drop it. I'll be the one over there doing that for sure. Brent, you can always count on Andy Forsberg for a good quote right there. We got the heat races in. It's 7:49 p.m. Pacific time here. We're rolling through this program pretty well. A little track work going on, and we've only got 2 races left to run.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, that's what these fans and people back home want to see. Want to see a good show and a fast show, and get all the excitement in and not draw it out. So that's one thing that's awesome about the High Limit Series is, you know, they strive to get these races in at a decent time for people. And not only is it great for the fans, people watching at home, it's great for the race teams as well. So it's a long, grueling year and really late nights. And it means a lot that they do that for us.
Yeah, right now, I mean, we're looking at maybe getting this thing done before 9 or around 9 o'clock, and I'm sure, like you said, the teams appreciate it. They got to go and wash the cars, maintenance the cars, and all that stuff, so getting done early certainly does not help. And then, obviously, with all the extracurriculars going on after the race, that also helps that as well. So we got some stuff, I believe, we're giving away here very soon. I'm looking for Troy Hennig, and he's heading up here right now. Race fans, get yourselves ready. They're going to be throwing some NOS Energy Drink swag into the grandstands here in just a moment. So make sure to look for some NOS Energy Drink stuff at the bottom of the grandstands. I heard backpacks, some other stuff down there. So there's going to be some good stuff flying into the stands here tonight. So let's take a quick break on Flow. When we come back, we've got more action. It's the B main here on night 2 of the Gold Cup Race of Champions.
Capital Custom Trailers and Coaches. We are the #1 Renegade Motorhome dealer and the #1 Intech and Bravo Sprint Car Trailer dealer. No one sells more toter homes and sprint car trailers than we do. Check out our complete lineup at capitalrenegade.com. If you're in the market for a toter home or a trailer, trust the people that are in the pits with you and that support the sport.
Introducing the My Kubota app. With My Kubota, connecting with your local